Good evening, everyone. Tonight we'll go ahead and discuss the Lake County FFA steers. Super good set of calves. Proud of y'all and the way that you presented these projects. To start off the show, Class 1 is a single entry. Uh, Tag 59 is a solid black steer that's just super good looking. Really attractive calf from the profile that offers a lot of balance. Really good in terms of his structure. A steer that is a little green in terms of finish. I'd like to see him with some more days on feed. And a steer that can be powered up as we get in and study him from behind. Maybe could be a little stouter in terms of his bone work. In class number 2, we lead off with ID number 31. This is a solid black calf that's big-footed and heavy-boned. Strikes you as a really powerful made, thick top, big-ended steer that is full in his external fat indicators. I think if genetics allow, we'll go ahead and reach into that choice grade. A steer that could balance up and offer a little more attractiveness from the side, however. Second within that class is Tag 86, a steer that um, a sock-footed calf that's moderate frame, deep-sided, and real functional in terms of his structure. He's just a little plainer in terms of shape. We'd like to see him with more genuine expression as we look down his top and study him there through his lower quarter. He wants to get a little finer in his bone work and again dropping those pins when set into motion. The third class within this show is led off by Tag 53. He's a solid black calf that's really up-headed. He's strong top and level-hipped. A steer that I think that's good in terms of his body shape. Certainly has enough muscularity and again appropriate in his degree of finish. Second within that class will be Tag 60. That's a brown tinge steer that's really long-bodied. Super neat fronted and attractive, but for us, he's just a little bit too hard in his body type. We'd like to deepen him in that rear flank and just square him out of his hip. Moving into Class 4, we had two calves that are a little contrasting within their type and kind. We like the number 5 calf to lead off. This is a stocking-legged steer that just really hits you hard. He is an incredibly well-balanced, attractive show steer from the side that couples that with a tremendous amount of power and thickness. A calf that's good in terms of his body type and appears to be right on point in terms of fat cover, and yet he still can get out and move and cover his track, and we just really like that about him. The steer in second is a silver calf, a Tag 4. He's a calf that looks a little bigger in terms of his type and kind, offers more length of body and that extra size and scale. He is a steer that's a little harsher in terms of his middle and a touch upright in the angle of his shoulder. Just like to change him in that regard. To conclude the show, we have a single entry, a black steer that maybe is pushing the upper limits just a bit in terms of size. A steer that does appear to be really thick and powerfully constructed. He offers a nice look from the side. As we get a front view of him and then set him in motion as well, he is a calf that we think needs to be changed in terms of his front end structure, and I think that'd make him a little more competitive. As we come to the grand drive within this particular show, I think it was pretty clear for us the Tag 5 steer goes ahead and wins and wins pretty handily. We just talked about how impressive he was in terms of that quality look and tremendous amount of carcass merit. It'd be fun to see him in person if we had that opportunity. We settled on the Tag 53 for reserve. Just a really complete calf. We talked about him being functionally structured, nice in his look from the profile, and again, just a thick top, big-ended calf that's good in terms of his body. I think he's a nice, solid place to be reserved.